Alright, hey there YouTube. I just had a really weird dream, I guess. And it's sorry I look like crap, but it's 3 in the morning. But I wanna record this, so before I forget, because I've already kind of forgotten, I recorded it once before and for some reason it only uploaded 4 minutes of the video. That was kind of dumb, so I have to do it again. I hope I haven't forgotten too much. But basically, this dream started with me being in a house, and I don't know why I was there or how I got there, but I was there and I knew that I had to get out. So I ran, I started trying to find my way out. And as I did, I would run into people, and I would hide from them. Actually it was 2 occasions, both with teenage males. And one I hid in a indenture in the wall, and another one I hid behind the couch. After that, I was going along some more, and this was a huge house. For some reason, there's just tons and tons of different levels and rooms. It's like a labyrinth in house form. And finally I found a window, so I made a break for the window, and I ended up running into somebody, a teenage girl who was coming out of the shower, and she spun when I ran into her. And it was only a second before she saw me and started chasing me. And I'm like, crap, so my window exit ended up getting blocked. And will you focus, please? Seriously. Alright, so my window ended up getting blocked, and so I ended up running back to the room where I hid behind the couch, and I hid behind the couch again, and the girl ran into that guy, and she told him about me, and so they both started looking, and I was behind the couch like I was before, but their dog was sitting there looking at me, and it seemed like they kept looking at me too, but they weren't seeing me. It was kind of weird, but so I just sat there, and they would walk by and look at me and stuff like that, and they wouldn't know the difference. So I ended up waiting until I could go, and then I ran, and I got out the window and I jumped out, and apparently I was a few stories high, but I didn't get hurt when I landed, because I landed in a garden. And I realized that this place was out in the middle of nowhere, it was basically a forest, and except instead of it being a cabin, it was a huge mansion. It was huge. And I realized fairly quickly that there's nowhere for me to go. And I looked at the mansion and the windows, and I saw a reflection of myself, and I was blue. My hair was dark blue, and my skin was dark blue, except for half of my face. Half of my face was light blue. And I didn't know why, but it was kind of weird. I didn't know about myself or anything like that. And then those 2 males, they ended up finding me out in the garden, and I jumped, and apparently I can jump really high. So I jumped back through the window, and I ended up playing hide and seek with them again. The 2 boys and the girl. And finally, I'd be hiding everywhere and stuff like that, and then finally I was hiding in a curvature in the wall, blending in with it, I guess. And then I just got really dizzy, and I fell over. And after I fell over, you know, the girl found me, and, like, she called the guys, and I was pretty much trapped. And then we started talking, and they decided I wasn't something that should be, like, feared or something that's dangerous at all. So they decided to, like, help me. And, oh, while I was playing hide and seek from them, I figured out, like, why they couldn't see me. Because I had the ability to hide myself and, like, turn into inanimate objects. You know, like a teddy bear or a couch cushion or a piece of the wall. But, so they decided to help me, and they would hide me from other people in the house, like kids or their super controlling, cynical mother. And at one point, the mother comes down and, like, to where we are, and I have to, like, hide in this wall, but because I was getting so tired from, like, doing the hiding thing, I was just standing there, like, in the wall, and she was, like, facing the other way, but she was, like, near me, and the girl, like, ran up and had to distract her, and I ran and jumped into some pillows, and, like, she started tossing pillows on me to cover me up, and the mom got pissed. She was like, "Those don't go there." She ended up, like, grabbing them and throwing a few of them, and it, like, exposed me, but she looked at me as if I wasn't there. So I was one of the pillows. I became a pillow. And, like, yeah, she ended up leaving, and I became me again, and I, like, fell over, and I was super tired, and I hurt, and, like, the girl looks at me, and she's like, "Most of your dark blue is gone." And apparently, like, I was mostly light blue now, and I told her that it was killing me, like, I would just get random information, you know, I'd just remember things, I guess, and I told her it was killing me, like, it's such a drain to hide yourself all the time, and, you know, use these powers of mental deception. And, like, so I told her that I needed to get home so I wouldn't have to hide. And so her and the two boys decided to help me. And I remember this part involved a car. I don't remember much about it, but what I do remember is at one point there were tons of people, like hundreds of people, who appeared as shadows. Like, they had no faces, it was just pure black. And, like, they were holding the car, like, all of them, holding it so we couldn't get away. And from our perspective inside the car, like, there's just hands everywhere, all over the car, like, smashing in the windows, trying to pull us out and not let us go. But we ended up breaking free, and, like, after we broke free, we made it for a bridge. And when we got on the bridge, none of them followed, like, they all stopped. And after we made it across, there was, like, a little opening, like a field, and on this field there was a little, like, circle, almost like a shield, just laying on the ground, and a little light in the distance shot forward, and it, like, spinning over the shield, and then when the light faded, it was another person like me, and he was angry, like, he was surprised I got back, but he was angry that I brought humans with me. And I told him what happened, and he was like, he changed his attitude, and he became convinced that the younger of the two boys was to be the king, and what the king was, like, the legacy of the king was supposed to do, or legend rather, was he was supposed to be understanding over our people, and understand who we are, and bring the knowledge forth amongst all humankind and all other kinds, that what we are, and we're not something to be afraid, and basically lift their minds from the shadows and create, like, a time of harmony and peace between both people, you know, little blue people and humans. And so, like, I don't remember really what happens next after this. All I remember is that we started doing some things to, like, make him king. And then I ended up waking up. And, you know, I'm sorry I don't remember much of it, but, you know, after a while, like, after telling it the first time I recorded this, I kind of understood what it meant, and the significance of it, so, you know, I'm going to put that in the description, and, yeah, I just wanted to tell this dream before I went back to sleep and before I forgot it. Yeah, so, I guess I'm out. Have fun, kids.